On this episode, we'll talk about eating something that may damage your staple line. We'll also talk about if the sleeve is recommended on someone that has reflux, and we'll also talk about the need of taking a probiotic. Hello and welcome to episode 72 of the AskDrA show. I'm Dr. Alvarez from Endobariatric, and welcome. I'm thrilled to be here. Really good questions for this week. And if you're new to the show, I always say it. Send me your questions. I need your questions because if there's no questions, you won't get no show. Send me your questions using the hashtag AskDrA or through my Snapchat account. If you're not following me on Snapchat, you should. Follow me on Snapchat. Let's get into the shoe.
Is it possible to eat something early on could cause your staple line to rupture?
All right, so can you eat something that may damage your staple line? Or the question was the staples themselves made of titanium. Here goes. If you eat something, it's not the staple line, it's not the staples, it's the timing. Please understand it's the timing. There are some guidelines you need to follow. You need to follow your doctor's guidelines. If he or she says liquids, clear liquids, do clear liquids. If he or she says now it's time for full liquids, it's time for full liquids. Now it's time for soft food. Now it's time for regular food. Now it's time for regular food, blah, blah, blah. So on and so forth. You get the picture. But if you decide to think in your mind that it's okay to take a bite here or there while you're doing fluids or liquids or soft food, and you eat something that's not on your guideline, that's not written down, it is very important for you to understand that you're putting not just the staple line at risk, you're putting your health at risk, your life at risk, and it is not worth it. That tiny bite that you may say, it's nothing. My staples are from titanium, they'll hold. It's not the staples, it's your tissue. All right, the staples are holding your tissue. Recent sleeve, if you put that stomach to work and to digest and everything, you may look for a leak. So the reason we give you something is not to give you a hard time, it's because there's a reason to everything, because liquids will flow through the sleeve without putting too much tension on where it's healing. So you need to understand that you need to follow these guidelines. Look at it as the last diet you'll ever do, because after that, once you start eating, it's done. You have your tool, it has healed, and you'll get the benefit down the road of this procedure. All right, so please follow your doctor's guidelines. Out of the whole, we still have two more questions, but out of the whole show today, follow your doctor's guidelines. If you take that home, that's it. The whole 72 episodes. The whole 72 episodes, if you take that home, I'm thrilled. I'm so thankful you took it home and you're following those orders. All right, next question.
Would you recommend the gastric sleeve for someone with reflux?
Is the gastric sleeve recommended on somebody with reflux? Reflux is not an absolute contraindication to getting a gastric sleeve. If the reflux is studied, like in this case, if he or she is taking some medication that is controlled, it is not an absolute no in having a gastric sleeve, because there are several reasons of heartburn. It may be a hiatal hernia that can be fixed. We had one today, actually. A patient came in for gastric sleeve. She had a little bit of reflux. We went in, fixed the big hiatal hernia, and gave her a sleeve. Beautiful surgery. So patient may have a hiatal hernia that may cause a reflux. Patients may have a large belly, which is common, and that increases the intra-abdominal pressure that causes reflux, so on and so forth. So it's not an absolute no. We need to figure out what is the possible cause, and see if the sleeve is feasible.
Do we need a probiotic?
Very common question. How can we have missed if we need a probiotic in 72 episodes? The answer is no. That's simple. All right, so it's not needed. If you do or are used to taking a probiotic, can you take it? The answer is yes, but it's not a necessary obligated thing to do. All right, so that's it for episode 72 of the Ask Dr. A show. So, question of the day is, did you follow, tell me the truth, did you follow, I need the truth, people, did you follow your doctor's guidelines to the T? Yes, no. Down below, I want to hear from you. I'm Dr. Alvarez from Endobariatric, and I'll see you on the next show.